Do you like your grey knights to be on the bluish side? Is it blue? Is it grey? Is it Space Wolves grey? So you're going to need some interesting materials to achieve this, but if you do as I do, you are going to have yourself a fully painted Grey Knight Paladin in about 2 to 3 hours. So the first thing I've done here is pick out the AK Interactive Metallic Blue, load up a synthetic brush because you're going to ruin a good brush, and just dry brush it all over the place. It's not really dry brushing. I know what you're thinking, it's not dry brushing that. It's like a, what do they call it? Wet brushing. Over brushing, that's what they call it. Wet brushing, isn't that silly? Over brushing, just cover it. Don't leave big splodges of the stuff on there. Isn't it? That's your first step. I'll put the chapters in so you can go straight to the next step if you like. And I'll just let this whiz by at extra's fast speed. That's even quicker, look, it's just a Star Wars wipe. So there I've got a mixture of the steel colour and the metallic blue colour we've already used. I'll just mix them together somewhere. A little note, if you're going to use these paints, they are alcohol based. They are actually not paints, they're a wax. And you're going to need to clean your brushes with terps, or I don't know what you might call them. I like to call them terps because of Red Dwarf. A full moustache you can only remove with tips. And then this is where you're going to do more of a dry brush. You're not going over everything. Control yourself. Don't go mad. Control yourself. Michael! Michael! Control yourself. And then you see what it'll look like next now. You know what I need to do better is move my mouse away from me, or record like Tazon Day over to the side so that you can't hear me clicking the mouse. That's in development. That's on the stack. That's coming in a future update. Okay, for now you're gonna have to put up with the clicking sound. So what we've done here, you may be wondering, is we're just using pure steel now. Oh, hello. No, you see the trick. No, you see the deception. Just dry brush up in lighter and lighter colours, isn't it? We are not going to leave it here, but what I will say to you is that if you prefer the way this looks versus what it looked like at the thumbnail in the beginning, then leave it here. We're going to do another step coming shortly, which will give us that even bluer tone. So for now, dry brushing edges, looking for the raised areas with pure AK Interactive True Metallic Metal Steel Wax. Click. So now we have the last stage of using the AK Interactive True Metallic Metal Wax paint. By the way, they're not paying me or anything, I just really dig this wax paint. It's great for metallics. It's great for metallics. It's easy. It means you can speed paint grey knights and necrons in no time at all. It takes no time at all speed painting them. Yeah, you should really have a look at them if you paint a lot of metallic figurines. Anyway, I've got a copper colour and I'm using that on the letters, which is like what, when they inscribe the names of stuff. But I thought they put the names of demons on the inside of the armour and then the demon can't fall in love with them or something like that. So do that bit. You could wait for it to dry a bit more, and you can actually water them down with alcohol as well, which I probably should have done to make it easier, but I was just very, very careful. That also helps. So coming up now is next, we're going to find out how we make the stuff all blue, and that I'll give it the more bluer hue that I like, and I'm doing it. So hopefully you do as well. Hopefully you like me. Please. If you do like me, then press the like button. Okay, so just to show I was doing the head separately on a drill bit. Always a useful thing to be doing. So now we're going to make the armour a little bluer. That's pretty blue, and I think probably actually if I was doing this again I might stop there, or I might just do a target wash of this step, but I'm going to reach for the Space Wolves grey contrast paint. Boom. And liberally apply it to the model. What I tend to do when I'm doing this, when I'm doing contrast over metallic, is I'll dab on straight from the pot somewhere, then go back to the water pot, get some water on the brush, and then water it, and that's how I water it down. With the wax finish underneath, the paint doesn't stick to it very well, which is what you want with contrast paint. So, because I was doing it this way, the last thing you want are tide marks. So, because I'm doing it this way, I'm going over and making sure that that paint is covering everywhere on the model, and there won't be any of those little marks where the paint's created a film over the top of the model, and then there's been a little island of the undercoat showing through. I hate that. So I'll carry on doing that, and then we'll Star Wars wipe again. I'm loving these Star Wars wipes, man. I have to think of something better for next, but also LOL Windows Movie Maker still. So Star Wars wipe. Right, I think that looks pretty great. So you've got your base armor color down now. Because this is a speed paint, doesn't look like much of a speed paint. It's going to look like you spent a lot of time on it, which is great. That's what you want. We're just going to do one layer of highlight. Plus, because it's metallic paint, silver is silver is silver. So just go for the brightest silver you've got. An extra step I could have done would be to use pure metallic medium, which is like white metal. But I really don't think you need it. And do your edge highlights. Just pick out the raised areas. You know how it's done. Be a bit more careful this time and use a decent brush. This is the most labour intensive part of the armour. After this it's all just bits. And I think pretty much with the rest of the model there's almost nothing else to do on a Grey Knight. It's fantastic. So we might even just zap to the end right there. What do you think? Maybe we will. Next steps wise, just nothing interesting on the Thunderhammer. That was just chainmail and then silver with a wash of black and brown together. I didn't do any interesting things with the flamer. I think we're done there. That's how you speed paint a Grey Knight. Overall, this took me, I'd say 3 hours, but that's also with me faffing around to record it. I think you could smash that out in 2 hours, and if you batch painted a squad at a time, you would really get the time gain there, because you're not going to do 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. For a total of 10 hours. You're going to smash them out, and it's going to take you like 3.5 hours to do 5. Which I wish I'd done, but I couldn't be bothered to do them all at once, you know what I mean? You have to build them. Anyway, I hope that made sense. I hope you don't mind the lack of tunes. And if you're into it, like, comment, rate, subscribe. You know all the stuff to do. Helps me out. Helps yourself out because you feel good about helping a small YouTube person. Anyway, goodbye everyone.